Yes, thank you, Kelly. That is the big news tonight, the main news tonight. Manchester United, Liverpool goes ahead here at Old Trafford. The floodlights are on. The teams are down there on the pitch. So 11 days after it was supposed to be played, here we are, the two most successful clubs in the history of the English Football League meeting for the 207th time. The referee is Anthony Taylor. It was supposed to be Michael Oliver a week past Sunday, but he's reffing the cup final on Saturday, so there's been a change in that department. Manchester United, if you've just switched on, making 10 changes from the team that started here just 2 nights ago. Anthony Taylor blowing his whistle, and the players all taking a knee in the stand against racism before kick-off, and then up they get, and off we go. Manchester United, who now know they cannot catch Manchester City, of course, but Liverpool knowing that they can make it into the top 4. They've got this game to play here at Old Trafford tonight, and then Liverpool's last 3 matches are West Brom away, Burnley away, and Crystal Palace at home. Chris Waddle is here with us, once Britain's most expensive footballer, and we are watching Manchester United taking a throw to Pogba down the left-hand side. Pogba with an even blonder rinse, I think, than he had at Villa Park the other afternoon. Liverpool clear it. Bruno Fernandes back to McTominay, who rolls the pass to Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka, black gloves on. It's quite a mild night here. Rashford and Bruno Fernandes combining on the right-hand side. Then Fernandes back to Wan-Bissaka, and as the challenge comes in from Jota, it's off the Manchester United man for a throw-in to Liverpool. So the team's in full. Eric Bailly, the only player who started both of these matches this midweek for Manchester United. So Henderson back in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Bailly and Shaw at the back 4, McTominay and Fred, Bruno Fernandes and Pogba, Rashford and Cavani. And Liverpool's side tonight, Sadio Mane on the substitutes bench, but that's the only change from last time Liverpool played, when they won 2-0 against Southampton at Anfield. Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Phillips, Reece Williams and Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago and Captain Wijnaldum, Salah, Firmino and Jota. So Chris, how's it started?
Well, it started quite bright. Man United obviously having the first attack, and a few bodies have slipped. Wijnaldum slides into Bailly, and I thought he was injured. He was looking at his ankle.
Yeah, Wijnaldum just slipped there and slid into Bailly, who is back on his feet, and I think he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay, but Liverpool, Man United started the brightest, just kicked off. But you can see already Man United's tempo is going to be high for the first opening 15 minutes. And I'm looking at Liverpool to catch Man United on the break.
Manchester United take the throw as it was, and Fernandes to Luke Shaw, but his attempted pass forward cut out by Alexander-Arnold. That's a lovely ball to Firmino from Alexander-Arnold, who crosses it. A cross-come shot that comes off Bailly and bounces behind for what's given us a corner. Diogo Jota sprints towards Anthony Taylor, the referee. They're appealing for a handball. Salah as well is standing right in front of the referee with palms and arms wide apart, and the referee's just pointing to the corner flag.
Yeah, well, I've got to say, if it's given, it's very unfortunate. We're seeing the replay. It has hit his hand, by the way, but he's went to block the cross. He's lying on the floor. The ball's gone under his body as he reaches to get it. It does hit his hand, but it looks like they've just waved it away. But that's where Liverpool are going to hurt Man United tonight. When Man United give the ball away, like Luke Shaw did on the halfway line, Liverpool hit them very, very quickly.
Corner for Liverpool, swung in towards the near post and then headed away for United and cleared away by Rashford. Lovely ball through by Alexander-Arnold, though, wasn't it, for the Liverpool chance for Firmino, as Manchester United break forward, and then Fred is shoved over by Salah, and it's a free kick to Manchester United over on the left-hand side. And Alexander-Arnold putting a ball through like that. Who's sitting over to our left watching? None other than the England manager, Gareth Southgate, with the squad of 26 to be named in less than 2 weeks' time. So Alexander-Arnold, Luke Shaw, of course. Well, England players dotted around the pitch, and also Harry Maguire sitting in the stands. He's here on his crutches again. Wan-Bissaka crossing, Cavani with a near post header, but well wide of the near post. Phillips went across with him.
There's a lot of movement in the Rashford's playing on his right hand side. Paul Pogba's playing sort of left of the front three, front four, but they've got license to go and wander, and Cavani does that run to the near post very, very well. It wasn't the best ball in. It was a hard angle for him to get it on target, but I mean, they're showing the replay here again of I mean, you'd be disappointed that they haven't had a pen. The way VAR is in modern day rules, I've got to say I'm very surprised the ref didn't even go and have a look at it.
But the VAR, the video assistant referees, Paul Kearney this evening, and clearly there was swift communication between the two of them. I mean, it would have been a harsh one, wouldn't it, on Manchester United, because there's a short pass out from Alisson, chance for Cavani, but he pulls his shot wide from the edge of the area, and Alisson with a pass across towards Reece Williams that was way too short. It was under hit by Alisson, and Liverpool are very fortunate that Cavani didn't take advantage.
Well, as you're saying, Alisson with a sloppy pass to me, Cavani hits it first time he scores. He's trying to get himself in a better position. By that time he's rushed it. He's panicked a little bit. He's really rushed that. He had more time, he had other options around, and once he decided not to hit it first time, which he should have, that's when it finished. He could have rolled in Rashford, he could have done other things, but he looked like he really panicked there.
Well, we've seen that before this season, haven't we, from Alisson, and that really could have cost Liverpool here, as Liverpool playing in the mint-coloured, the sort of mottled mint-coloured away kit tonight. Manchester United red shirts, white shorts and black socks. It is 0-0, but an eventful start, and here's Jota on the left-hand side pulling the ball across to Salah, edge of the area, playing for the 200th time for Liverpool tonight. Salah, back it goes to Thiago, but his chip over the top was headed down and away. Pogba was involved in the clearance, and now he's involved in the counter-attack out there on the left-hand side. Ball played through the middle towards Fernandes, little touch to McTominay, but his first touch was heavy and then slid into the challenge, and he got the ball, but I thought he got a little bit of Thiago as well, who, in fairness to him, didn't make anything of that. He's straight back on his feet, Thiago.
I mean, that was a tackle for me. That was nothing wrong with Thiago. We've probably had that in Spain and Germany, but that was a fair challenge, and the referee was right there. But it's quite an open game, John, and it is end to end, and it's just a matter of time.
Yes, let's hope it carries on like this. Luke Shaw turns the ball back, and that was a little short as well, but he was helped out by Bailly. Liverpool come again, ball from Robertson out towards the far side, but that's all for Firmino, and bounces away out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United. Yes, to go back to the original penalty shout from Liverpool, which it was, the players were very interested in that. Firmino, the sort of shot come cross that, as Chris said, hit Bailly and bounced down under his body and then hit his arm on the other side, which actually was quite close to his body. It wasn't stretched out behind him, and I think that was
lunged, John, hasn't he? He's lunged to block the cross. He's all off the floor, and as he's landed, the ball's gone under his body, and as he's landing with his left hand, it's hit the ball. So you can see why they're saying that is a pen. But the referee straight away was like, no, corner, play on.
Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0, and McTominay being forced down into the right back position, chips it out of play, throw into Liverpool. So Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0, 5 Live. Listen as well if you're out on the move this evening to us via BBC Sounds, where you can listen to all of the BBC radio networks and stations live, and we're also on 5 Live Final Score this evening on the iPlayer and the BBC Sport website and app. So click on 5 Live Final Score and you'll get all of the graphics, etc, and be able to listen to the commentary at the same time. Match of the day tonight as well, another match of the day late on in the evening on BBC One for the highlights of this game. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0, and Liverpool on the attack with Thiago. Lindelof was able to step forward, get there first, and Manchester United bring it away from the back with Bruno Fernandes, who passes it out towards the right hand side. Wan-Bissaka showed too much of that to Robertson, and Liverpool are going to be on the move again. Diogo Jota, not scored in his last 6 appearances for Liverpool. Diogo Jota. Manchester United back on it in the centre circle with Fernandes and Fred, and now Pogba, left-footed ball swung out to the right-hand side. Rashford is here. Rashford places the pass forward for Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka cuts back, gives it to Bruno Fernandes outside of his right foot. Oh, it's gone in for an own goal. It hit Phillips, who was inside the 6-yard box and flew past Alisson. Nothing he could do about that. And Manchester United have the lead, 1-0.
Great build-up, I've got to say. That man Fernandes, who's had a brilliant season for Manchester United. I've got to say, John, whether they give it an own goal, it was on target. It was going inside the far post. Whether they'll give it to Fernandes, but as you say, if Phillips, he's just, I mean, it's great play. Rashford there, originally with Pogba, pings it out to this right-hand side, and then Rashford, you know, there's some lovely football, and Wan-Bissaka runs in behind, but give Fernandes credit. Composure, outside the right foot. It was heading for the inside the far post, definitely. Whether it would have got there with a pace on it, I'm not sure, but I'm sure he'll climb that goal.
Well, it is. It's on target. It's on target, and Phillips is standing. He's a stride inside the 6-yard box centrally. And he stuck out a left leg, and it flew past Alisson.
And it's come up his left shin and flew in. Alisson's looking at him as if to say, what are you doing? But it happened that quick. But I think Fernandes will claim that.
Well, initially, the official Premier League feed that we get has given it as an own goal. But that might be up for discussion.
Well, if it's on target, it was heading inside that post for me, so...
Well, Bruno Fernandes will want it. That would be his 28th goal of the season. And that would also be his 18th in the Premier League. And, well, of course he'd want it as Fred plays the ball through, but Rashford's in an offside position. And Alisson steps out of his goal. So that's a setback for Liverpool. However, the goal has been scored, whether it's Fernandes or a Phillips own goal.
First goal so important, John, tonight as well for the two centre-halves. We know, it's a weak area for Liverpool, and... Man United look at pressing again, and the goalkeeper makes mistakes. We've seen that. Look at that pass out.
Yeah, short from Alisson to Thiago this time, who was able to get there and give it back to Alisson. He's made, actually the mistakes are stacking up against Alisson, aren't they, this season? Remember the ones against Manchester City at Anfield, and Leicester as well. Here comes Shaw for Manchester United. His cross hits Alexander-Arnold, comes out to Pogba, chests it down, but Thiago is very quickly in on Pogba. However, Manchester United back in action with the ball on the left hand side. Pogba up against Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold being made to go one way, then the other by Pogba, and he slipped the ball in between Thiago and Alexander-Arnold to Fernandes, who's forced away from the penalty area as Manchester United attack towards the east stand. I think I can still hear a helicopter buzzing up high above Old Trafford. There are still protesters outside the ground, but the match being played as Wan-Bissaka crosses and Phillips is there near the penalty spot to clear the ball away. So you're right, Chris, there are goals tonight. It's not going to be the 0-0 that we had at Anfield. Mind you, if you remember back in January, a week later, it was a really entertaining FA Cup tie between the two sides.
Yeah, it was.
That was won by a Fernandes goal, 3-2. And the Press Association, our friend Simon, sitting over to our right, has given that to Bruno Fernandes.
There you go. Well, if that's the rules, John, if it's on target and going in, then that was.
So it is 1-0. Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0. 3 of the last 4 league matches between Liverpool and Manchester United have finished as draws. As the ball goes back to Alisson again, and Rashford quickly across, but this time the man in yellow, the Brazilian goalkeeper Alisson, passes it calmly out to Phillips, but then Alexander-Arnold's caught in possession by Pogba, and Pogba's deflected ball through the middle, a stretch from Reece Williams. Rashford slides in on a challenge to win it back from Robertson, and now McTominay. It's his good pace, tempo from Manchester United, who have the goal, the early lead. Rashford on the edge of the area, but Reece Williams is able to step forward and play it out to the left.
It's definitely the way. I don't know how long you can keep it up, but Man United is doing what Liverpool used to do for me. They're pressing, they're making a lot of high up the field, winning the ball back. But they are getting, I don't know how long they can keep this up.
Alexander-Arnold, a low pass through the middle towards Salah, but it's cleared away by Lindelof. Liverpool have it back though on the right, and here's Salah now cutting dangerously into the Manchester United penalty area, onto his left foot, shoots from the angle. That was blocked. Combination of Fred and Shaw, 2 of them defending in front of Salah, and Liverpool take up possession again, knocking it back towards the halfway line. Wijnaldum, Liverpool's captain tonight, out of contract at the end of the season. It does look, doesn't it, as though he'll be off to pastures new, possibly Barcelona. Although Koeman's future at Barcelona is not looking
recent results
absolutely certain, is it? By the way, we mentioned Jadon Sancho before the match. It is the German Cup final tonight in Berlin, and Sancho has scored for Borussia Dortmund, who are winning 1-0 against RB Leipzig. In fact, it's 2-0 now, Gary tells me, to our left. 1-0 here to Manchester United. If they win, they will secure second place in the Premier League. You'll never guess, Chris, who scored the second goal for Borussia Dortmund. Here's Jota, edge of the area.
It's not number 9, is it?
Ball in from the right, that's blocked by Salah, and it's played back towards the halfway line. Erling Haaland makes it 2-0 for Borussia Dortmund. So Sancho and Haaland on the score sheet, and Liverpool going back into their own half. Real Madrid in action tonight as well, incidentally, against Granada, who Manchester United knocked out of the Europa League, you will recall. So Liverpool with young Reece Williams, this inexperienced central defensive partnership of Williams, 20 years old, Phillips a little older at 24, but relatively little experience at this level. And Wijnaldum is tripped on the halfway line. Liverpool start again.
We're just getting a good spell of possession now, Liverpool, over the last 5 minutes. Man United took the lead, dropped off, sort of saying to Liverpool, come on and see what you've got, we'll hit you on the break. But Liverpool are dominating the ball.
Oh, lovely change of feet from Firmino. Now Jota towards the left-hand side. Robertson's there. Robertson cross to the back post, but it's over. Everyone in a mint green shirt. There were two of them in there, Jota and Firmino, and the ball rolls out of play eventually for a throw-in over on the far side.
Good play, Liverpool moving the ball quickly. They've responded well from going a goal down. Man United have dropped off the pace, and I don't think Man United look the best when they drop off and say, look, we're going to defend deep in front of the 18-yard box. Man United look their best when they're on the front foot and going forward. And I know it's hard on the legs, but that's where they're at the best. They do look suspect when they try and defend in numbers.
Manchester United leading by 1-0. Just watching another slow motion replay of the goal, which with the outside of his right boot, so he was on the right side of the penalty area, and he used the outside of his right foot to sort of bend it goalwards, and I think it was going inside the far post. So if it was, it's Bruno Fernandes' goal. That's certainly one to tidy up after the match. Alisson playing the ball out from the back. If you've just switched on to us tonight and you haven't heard, Aston Villa 0, Everton 0 was the final score at Villa Park in the 6 o'clock kickoff. So obviously highlights of that later as well. And Jack Grealish back on the pitch for Aston Villa, Chris, which is good news. Liverpool with it on the halfway line. Here is Thiago. Thiago turns and chips it out towards the left-hand side. Robertson then to Jota. Jota turns, faces the penalty area, gives it back to Robertson on the left-hand side. Robertson with a cross, and Henderson comes, just gets a fingertip to it, but Robertson was actually in an offside position.
Yeah, but Liverpool have responded really well from going a goal down, and you've got to say Man United come out the blocks quick. We played coming up to 18 minutes, and Man United have dropped right off the pace, and Liverpool have started getting a lot of possession and starting to show what they've got. We know they've got a lot of quality still in this team. Man United have got to up the tempo a little bit.
United then with this free kick after the offside. We're in the 18th minute here on a dry night, high grey clouds above Old Trafford, and Manchester United, who've got their own European final coming up in less than 2 weeks' time, the biggest match of the season, the chance to win a trophy for the first time under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer against Villarreal, as United played up towards Cavani, but Liverpool sweep it all the way back to Alisson. Are you aware, Chris, that what the result was in the previous 4 meetings between Villarreal and Manchester United?
No.
They were all 0-0. I was talking to Darren Fletcher at the weekend, and he was telling me that he'd played in all 4 of them, all 4 0-0s. So that'll be in Gdansk in less than 2 weeks' time.
Selling that final really well.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll be a thriller, Chris. Here's Pogba playing it in the near post. Rashford allows it to run. Cavani after it, but he has to scamper right across the penalty area. Black hair flowing back to McTominay, and then to the right-hand side to Wan-Bissaka, who unusually didn't play on Tuesday night because of this schedule. Wan-Bissaka seems to play in almost all of the matches. This is his 52nd start of the season for Manchester United. Pogba curling the ball into the penalty area to Shaw, but cleared away by Reece Williams. And Liverpool now, Thiago, who just looks like a class act, doesn't he? Thiago, so comfortable on the ball, just a quick little step on the top of it and then plays it forward. Manchester United, they'll win it back on the halfway line with Wan-Bissaka. And now Bruno Fernandes, he's been put under pressure by Wijnaldum. McTominay does well, towering over Jota. And Manchester United playing it out towards the space there is on the left-hand side for Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw slips the ball, lovely ball through to Pogba. Back to the penalty area, tried to lay it on for Rashford, but Thiago sensed the danger there and was able to just get in there ahead of Rashford and win the ball back for Liverpool. So 1-0.
I know Man U was 1 goal up, and there's not a lot between them now, either. Liverpool have grown, sort of got themselves in possession a lot in good areas. Man United look dangerous on the counter-attack, but Liverpool are the one who are dominating the ball.
1-0 it is, with Liverpool coming forward, Manchester United coming forward again on the left-hand side. Fred with the cross, but tumbling Thiago blocks it out. And in the last 10 minutes, Liverpool have had 67% possession to Manchester United's 33. Ball out of play for a throw down the left-hand side for Manchester United. Cavani standing with his hands on his hips near the penalty spot. Good piece of business, Chris, to give him another year, do you think?
Well, it's not. Let's be honest. There's not a lot around, but obviously a strange year to say the least. And when you're talking about your Harry Kanes and whatever, how much are these guys going to cost? So, for a year, if they can get it back to normal, he'll get his goals. There's no doubt about that.
Ball in from the left-hand side by Bruno Fernandes, whipped it in low at sort of chest height. Liverpool were able to clear away. Borussia Dortmund now 3-0 up in the cup final in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin, and it's Jadon Sancho who scored another one. So with
you never know with Dortmund, though. It could be 3-3 in the next 20 minutes. So you'll say Dortmund are a strange team.
But 2 goals in the cup final. Gareth Southgate, I'm sure, will be watching pictures of that at some stage over the course of the next few days. And in many people's eyes, Sancho was someone who perhaps might have been struggling to get into the squad, but he seems to be finishing the season very well.
Yeah, he obviously realises knows what he's got to do.
Throw in for Manchester United, which is taken towards Pogba, but bounces off the tall Frenchman and is out of play for a throw in. So almost midway through the first half, Manchester United leading through that goal that Chris thinks, and I think you've persuaded me, that it will be given to Bruno Fernandes. So Alisson passing the ball out from the edge of his penalty area to Wijnaldum, who shifts it from foot to foot away from Rashford, and then Reece Williams' ball forward is cut out by McTominay, but his volley takes the ball out of play near the corner.
You can see, obviously, we're looking at Matip, we're looking at Van Dijk, we're looking at players who played centre half for Liverpool over the last 2 seasons, whatever. The quality they've got, and the 2 young lads, when they've been under pressure, you've got to say, give the ball away cheaply.
Here's Salah on the right-hand side for Liverpool Lawyers as they come forward. Jurgen Klopp stands watching impassively as Alexander-Arnold curls the ball in. Jota with a shot goalward, sort of hooked it on as it bounced up, but Henderson was out quickly, and it was all at very close quarters, that Jota right in front of Henderson, who was able to block it with his body, and it is cleared away. And in fact, Rashford is racing onto the ball. It bounces into the Liverpool penalty area, but Robertson is able to shepherd it behind.
Could say that in the Euros, them too, couldn't we? You got to say there, Robertson is very, very quick. He ran away from Rashford there, which I didn't expect when the ball got played. But that was a great ball in, wasn't it? From the left-hand side by Salah, and it's just clipped in. It's about Alexander-Arnold. What a ball! Henderson, no communication. Bailly just lets it go. As a defender, he's just looked at the goal. He's saying, "Please come and get it." Henderson eventually gets it away, but that could easily have been an equaliser.
He did get his toe end to it, Jota. stabbed it, but straight into the chest of Henderson, who is standing in front of him. But that's now 2 excellent balls forward for Liverpool from Trent Alexander-Arnold in front of the watching England manager. A little slip by Jota in the centre circle. His flick went all wrong, hence the cries of dismay from Chris Waddle, who would never have done anything like that. Here's Alexander-Arnold with a cross from the right-hand side, but Bailly comes across and is able to head it away. And the ball eventually bounces out of play on the far side.
I've heard Jota does that quite a bit.
Does it?
Yeah.
Throwing for Liverpool over there in front of the Sir Alex Ferguson stand. Really interesting to hear from him, his interview that he gave to Dan Rowan. You'll be able to listen back to that on BBC Sounds, by the way, on 5 Live. It was on round about, 7:30, something like that. But really interesting. And I'm reliably informed that the film that is coming out tomorrow is really well worth a watch. Manchester United, his old club, leading Liverpool by 1-0. That'll please him, I'm sure. They had some tussles, didn't they? Alex Ferguson's Manchester United and Liverpool over the years. Manchester United defending, though, as the ball's played forward. Lindelof gets his head to it. Salah's there as well. Salah takes it to the dead ball line, and the final touch was off Lindelof, says referee Anthony Taylor. So it is a corner to Liverpool from the right-hand side. Yeah, incidentally, in the last 29 years, Manchester United finished above Liverpool in 24 of those 29. But Liverpool have had better things in recent years, of course. Alex Ferguson was a big part of that excellent record. Salah just wanders into a position in the middle. Here's the corner from Alexander-Arnold. Reece Williams hits it goalwards. It strikes a Manchester United body. There are appeals for handball in there as well. And then Bailly dives in a challenge inside the D on the edge of the area and catches the Liverpool man. It's in the box, do you think, Chris? Could be a penalty.
I think it's in the box, though.
It's been given as a... What has he given? In fact, I think he might have given us a penalty.
It was in the box, definitely.
Yeah.
But did he play the ball?
It was Bailly on Phillips.
Yeah.
And he dived in. And the question is, the players are gathered around Phillips. We're just seeing it again now as it was swung in. Reece Williams hit it. It struck McTominay. And then the ball bounced to the edge of the area.
That's a penalty.
Bailly dives in on the ball.
He's played the ball.
He's got the ball and then he's got the man.
No, he can't. No. He's played the ball. His body's come through. He's played the ball. He's fell over. He's not left his feet are on the floor. That is not I'm sorry. The other one with the handball for me is more of a pen than this one. Now he should be looking at VAR because that is not a pen. He's played the ball. Simple as.
Well, the players are gathered around, Chris. VAR are obviously looking at this. Yes, they are. We're getting the pictures now. So they're checking the penalty for a foul.
He's played the ball.
He's got the ball first.
He's played the ball. Now, if that's a pen... I can't get that. I'm sorry.
And Anthony Taylor is being advised by Paul Tierney, the video assistant referee, to come and have a look at the screen. So I suspect we will see this overturned. That's the normal way of things when the referee just making his way off the field now, just down in front of us, and the instructions are being given. He's standing all alone in the little dotted referees area in front of the television, which is on an extended metal arm which projects it outwards towards the pitch. He's looking at the pictures that we're seeing now.
The ball.
It was.
Look, at first it made it look like one. Look, he's played the ball. He can't stop. You've got to follow through with clearing the ball.
There's the rectangle. No, it's ruled out.
Well
it's
done.
Not a penalty.
Referee got that right.
Yep.
Well done.
Referee got it right. VAR. Without VAR, that would have been a penalty.
Which it shouldn't have been. Yeah. At first he gave a free kick, I think, in the D. And then he changed his mind again.
So it's a drop ball, and the score remains Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0. This is BBC Radio 5 live from Old Trafford. There was a protest outside the ground again this evening, but the security was very, very tight. Very different, wasn't it, Chris, from 11 days ago when we were here. They have obviously learned their lesson from what happened that day, and it was tight here the other evening. But tonight there was a demonstration, quite a number of people, not as many. We've been told our colleague Simon Stone was outside the ground, said nowhere near as many as a week past Sunday, but they've made themselves heard. And Manchester United winning the ball back on the edge of the Liverpool box. McTominay plays it out to the left, but Pogba can't reach that. Alexander-Arnold just went with him, and it rolls out of play for a throw into Liverpool in their own right back position. It sounded as though it did get a little lively outside on a couple of occasions, and there were smoke bombs again. Liverpool take the throw, and Phillips chips the ball out towards the left-hand side, and it's played forward by Robertson, but Jota can't keep it in, and it is a throw-in to Manchester United. The news, Chris, on the Manchester United goal is that the Premier League now say it's Bruno Fernandes' goal.
There you go. Can't believe it's took them that long. It's 29 minutes now.
Well, actually, I was told a little bit earlier than that, and I forgot. But
28 minutes.
Yes. So it is Bruno Fernandes' 28th goal of the season, which was scored in the 10th minute. We're now heading up towards the half hour. Manchester United attacking towards the east stand end. Ball in from Rashford, and Alexander-Arnold is across and hoists the ball out of play, and it lands on the top of the canvases in the lower section.
You look at this game, John, and it's called it 30 minutes, and you've got to say Liverpool in possession, going forward, look dangerous, they carry a threat. Also Man United, but you just look, it's very hard to call it, because Liverpool's had a lot of the football. They'll probably feel hard done by the first pen claim on by his handball, but the second one was definitely not. Yet Fernandes put that ball in the net, but since they've scored Man United, they've not been up Liverpool's end a lot.
Here's a corner though for United. Shaw plays it in, and it's headed up and away.
Corner.
McTominay was in there, but it seemed quite clear from our view that it came off Firmino, I think it was, who was with it. Yeah, it's another corner.
Definitely a corner.
So a second consecutive corner for Manchester United. Shaw, Rashford actually comes across next to him, and Bruno Fernandes has just made himself available here, and he's free, but Shaw is going to play it to Bruno Fernandes outside the box, puts his foot on it, curls it into the back post. Pogba is there to head it right across the face of goal, and it drops just beyond the far post. You think the flag was up as well?
Yeah, I think Pogba was offside. Just you've got to look, Man United are a big side, aren't they? When they put a ball in the box, you can see they've got a massive advantage there. So it's a great ball in by Fernandes. He was always going to get the ball. I can't believe Mo Salah didn't mark him. He was always going to get it when he came out the area to look for it, and that should have been blocked, that cross.
In that respect, Chris, in terms of the size of the United players and the team, Cavani makes a big difference there. Pogba is a real presence. Here's Rashford breaking forward to the ball, tried to give it to Pogba. That was cut out by Alexander-Arnold. Otherwise Pogba would have been in left side of the box, and then it bounces offshore, and Liverpool could be away here on the counter-attack. Salah gives it to Firmino now 10 yards inside Manchester United territory. He's got Alexander-Arnold on the right, back to Firmino then pulls it back in between Wijnaldum and Robertson, so Manchester United are back in position. And Liverpool with Alexander-Arnold on the right, left-footed ball up towards the edge of the box, took a little deflection, and then Salah is picked up for just a little shove.
Well, it's a silly free kick to give away. I've got to say Liverpool's really in this game. Man United for me have not played brilliant. I think the first 10-15 minutes they looked sharp. They put pressure on the two centre-halves who were inexperienced, and they got a reward with a goal from Fernandes. But since then, Liverpool for me have dominated the ball and looked the most likely to score.
Still 1-0 Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes' goal, which went in off Nat Phillips, but has been given to Bruno Fernandes as Rashford put under pressure. It's forced to put the ball out of play for a Liverpool throw down the left-hand side. Liverpool with work to do here. Liverpool 7 points behind Chelsea currently. Chelsea in 4th place. That is the target for Liverpool. Feels like maybe the key match will be on Tuesday when Leicester play Chelsea. Liverpool coming forward, Robertson. Oh, lovely control and shot by Jota. It was over the top of Henderson, though close to him, and he was able to throw up an arm, the Manchester United goalkeeper, and deflect it over the top.
That's a good save by Henderson. You expect him to save that one, but good bit of skill by Jota. A good run again. Robertson runs away. He doesn't chuck him down, does he? Rashford lets him have it. Wan-Bissaka gets there a little bit late. Good touch and a volley with the left foot. Good save by Henderson. But Liverpool are knocking on the door.
They are. Henderson got a good sight of that. As I say, it was above his dive. Just able to push it over the top, so it's a corner which is swung into the near post. Henderson comes, gets a punch on that. Salah drives it goalwards. It's blocked on the edge of the 6-yard box, still not cleared. It's been taken out by Phillips, who shoots goal. It's in. It's a Liverpool equaliser, and it's Nathaniel Phillips who has scored it, the central defender.
Jota.
And a touch from Jota in the middle, was it?
Great touch. His shot has come towards Jota. He's left his left foot. He's flicked it with the inside of his right foot, and Henderson can't react quick enough, and it's gone in that bottom corner. It's been coming, John. Liverpool have deserved this equaliser. Man United for 15 minutes were good, and then they've switched off. They're trying to protect the league and then encourage Liverpool on. It's a lovely little flick. He's well onside. Lovely little flick by Jota. Great job inside the right foot. Lovely goal. Worth a watch on Match Today, the night that goal. Excellent finish. Yeah,
drove it across. Phillips drove it across from the right side of the box, twisted his body, and on the edge of the 6-yard box, a little flick, and Liverpool are in again. It's 1-1. Salah playing it across the box. Jota turns. Two Manchester United players are sent the wrong way. Jota then crosses low to the near post, where it's cleared away by Lindelof. So after Jota's equaliser, it's Manchester United 1, Liverpool 1. Oh, it's given away though by Thiago. Passed it straight to Pogba, but Liverpool 3 players all over Pogba, winning the ball back. And now Alexander-Arnold is able to carry it forward and slip a low ball to the edge of the area. Firmino with a shot that comes off Bailly, and the ball bounces high and wide and behind for another corner to Liverpool.
So Liverpool have been excellent since that first 10-15 minutes where Man United came out the blocks quick. You've got to say Liverpool have dominated this game and deserved the equaliser, and Man United have given the ball away so easily. There don't seem to be any urgency about Man United since they scored that goal.
Another corner then from the right hand side. They scored following the last corner from over there. So here's the delivery in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, which is headed away, but it's headed out to Alexander-Arnold, who drives it back in, and it's deflected away out of play on the far side. But Robertson again taking the left-footed corner from the far side, which caused problems and led to the equaliser for Diogo Jota, who then has scored for the first time in 7 appearances. So 13 for the season. His first season as a Liverpool player, and he's missed 3 months of it, remember, with injury. So that's not a bad return. He's been a very good addition, Diogo Jota. Chris?
Yeah, I think they've obviously looked at somebody who could come in and liven that front three, which basically picked itself, didn't it? Let's be honest. And he's come in and he's done the business.
He has. Sadio Mane on the substitutes bench tonight, and Liverpool coming forward again. Manchester United hook it away through Fred, and then in with a challenge on the halfway line. Wijnaldum does really well, comes out with the ball. Liverpool, the importance of this game is written all over this current period of play for Liverpool. The Champions League next season. Robertson playing the ball across into the penalty area, but Fred was there to control and play it away. And Manchester United now off on the counter-attack with Rashford. Robertson getting back really well, and then putting in the challenge and coming out with the ball. Liverpool applause. Great play from the Liverpool left back, the Scotland captain.
Oh, by the way, how quick is Robertson? I mean, Rashford's not slow, is he? And wow, he caught him up so easy, and he's got the better of Rashford tonight. Rashford looks a little bit, I always think Rashford's best on the left, I've got to say. I'm not a big fan of him on the right. He tends to, when he's on that left, he comes inside and he gets a better picture. When he's playing on the right, he tends to go right too much and he ends up running down cul-de-sacs for me. So I know they're trying to balance the side out tonight, but I know Pogba's done okay on that left, but for me, Rashford's better on that left-hand side.
Yeah, and Greenwood, the informed Greenwood, has started the 2 previous matches. This third match in 5 days. So he's on the bench. Greenwood, might well see him later. 1-1 the score. Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United, Diogo Jota for Liverpool. Fred has given it away, passed it straight to Fabinho, and now Diogo Jota to the bearded Salah on the halfway line. Salah, who's just 1 goal behind Harry Kane in the Golden Boot standings at the moment. The ball swept in from the right-hand side from Alexander-Arnold, but Henderson was quickly out and able to claim the ball on the edge of the box.
The first time everything on Liverpool, they're picking the second balls up, they're winning their battles. Look, there's another one block on it. Look, they've picked the second ball up again on slack from McTominay. They're all over them.
Fred and McTominay caught in possession. Firmino through to Salah in the box. Salah lays it back towards Jota. Jota now strides into the penalty area in between 2 Manchester United players, and then in Slides Wan-Bissaka with the challenge to take it away, but Liverpool pressing again, and McTominay is able to scoop the ball away, right-footed out towards the far side. That's where Cavani is. So 1-1 the score with half-time approaching, and Liverpool deserve their equaliser, Chris.
Listen, apart from up to the Man United goal, Liverpool have been the best side. They've got a bit better, they look after the ball better, they've got pressure, they're working as a unit. Man United are playing as individuals a lot of the time. There's no leaders. I don't know what they're trying to do, Man United at times. They're playing too slow. When they play a decent tempo, Man United, when they up the tempo, they're a good, really good side, and they're very threatening. But since they scored that goal, I don't know what's going through their heads. But Liverpool, who are a very dangerous side, we know that, have come into this game and really they'll be probably feeling disappointed they're not winning at half time.
Liverpool 1-1 with Manchester United here. They have drawn 2 of their last 3 in the Premier League, the games against Leeds and against Newcastle before the win against Southampton. So points dropped in those matches. But here's Fernandes for Manchester United, slipping it into Pogba in the D. Pogba couldn't find the pass through past Phillips, who's instrumental in both of the goals. Nathaniel Phillips with the deflection into his own net and the shot that was flicked in by Jota as Wan-Bissaka brings it forward. A shimmy from him as he plays it across the box, a stretch and away from Phillips, and Liverpool will break away with Thiago, who gave it the big step over, and then Cavani just glided in and took the ball away from Thiago. So now Luke Shaw for Liverpool on the left hand side. Shaw to Fernandes, Pogba available, little ball through to Pogba, puts his foot on it, leans into the defender who's with him, Phillips. Shaw with a cross, that's blocked on the edge of the area and then cleared away by Alexander-Arnold into the centre circle. Manchester United start again into the last 5 minutes of the first half here. More Premier League football on 5 Live tomorrow night, Newcastle against Manchester City. But here's Pogba in between 2 men, shoots left-footed, and it flicks the outside of the netting on the way behind.
Well, Man United have come back in the game. They've been out of it for 30 minutes, and you've got to say that Liverpool have really worked so hard to get themselves back in the game. Now they've dropped off the pace and they're allowing Man United and some very good players out there a lot of time and space. Pogba here just doesn't have a trick, doesn't have to do anything, just takes the ball into the box, and he'd be disappointed if he hasn't hit the target. But it's a strange game because the last half hour Liverpool's been excellent.
A couple of feet wide from the angle on the left hand side, maybe a little bit more than that. Aston Villa 0, Everton 0 was the score earlier this evening, so Everton now 1 point behind Liverpool. We may well have more on that at half time, the goalless draw at Villa Park, and indeed we will hear from both camps at half time with Kelly Cates. But 1-1 here at Old Trafford, and Manchester United with Fred, whose pass is a little way behind Shaw, who has to play it to Fred, who's in danger of losing it, and he is dispossessed, and Manchester United in danger of losing the ball in a very dangerous position, but Shaw's in, wins the ball back and is then fouled, and it's a free kick to Manchester United halfway inside their own half. In terms of Alexander-Arnold, who's been quite an important part of this for Liverpool, is this the sort of display that might see him bagging the squad for the Euros, do you think, Chris?
Well, he's played well tonight. I think he's done okay. He's going forward as his strength. His deliveries of crosses and set pieces, and we know he's not. We know he's not the best defender one-on-one. We know that. But tonight he's played very well.
Here's Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka, 2 Liverpool players in front of him, uses Fernandes, who's coming back from an offside position, so allowed it to go, and then Fabinho is shoved over by Wan-Bissaka, so it's a free kick. I know you picked your 23 during lockdown. Have you done your 26 yet?
No, I haven't done my 26.
That's because lockdown's over.
Yeah. Well, I just imagine there's a lockdown over the weekend and I'll do it.
Yeah. So it could be. It does make a difference. I see Greenwood down there, just actually putting his coat on, preparing for the walk along the side of the pitch to the dressing rooms. Manchester United 1, Liverpool 1. McTominay heading it forward. Fred up towards Cavani, it bounces off him, hip height, and Fabinho's in on the challenge. Reece Williams slides in ahead of Fernandes, but that has delivered the ball to Shaw, who's now running at the Liverpool defence. Shaw still going. Alexander-Arnold comes across. Pogba takes it up on the left. Pogba's low ball in, hit low to Rashford on his right foot. Rashford into the box, and then he's dispossessed. It's just nicked away from him by Wijnaldum. But Manchester United with it back. Fred, and now Wan-Bissaka. 3 men in the box. Wan-Bissaka cuts back onto his left foot, uses his right. McTominay swings it in at head height, and it's just headed down, nodded down and away by Reece Williams, and Liverpool will clear it away up towards Salah near the centre circle. Now Thiago sends one. This is for Salah to chase, but Henderson was very quickly out of his penalty area. He's a long way out of his penalty area, and he passes it with Salah not too far away to Pogba near the halfway line, and Manchester United have got it back. We're in the last minute of the first 45, and there'll be 3 minutes of added time coming up when David Coote appears down below with his electronic board. So yes, Newcastle against the new champions tomorrow night. Pogba crossing into the area, far too close to Alisson, who makes an easy catch. Cavani and Rashford both in the middle.
I think if you're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you'd be delighted you're in this game at 1-1. I think they started brightly, and he must have thought, yes, it's going to be a good evening this. Well, after 15 minutes, you've got to say that Liverpool have dominated the game, took control. Man, it just started to come back into the last 2-3 minutes of the first half. But Liverpool, for me, have been in control. Could have scored more than the one they've scored. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to have to say to these players, I need some more, I need better quality, because that's what's been lacking. And a bit more energy. Go and get the ball back.
He was just caught by Jota. He's okay as Liverpool look to bring it forward with Jota again. Here's Rashford now. Rashford was just tugged back by Phillips. I'm not sure he needed to do that, Phillips. Thiago was coming in, but it's a free kick to Manchester United. So 3 minutes of added time. We're into that. Manchester United 1, Liverpool 1. United send a long ball towards Pogba, chested down on the edge of the box, up against Alexander-Arnold, onto his right foot, shoots. It's blocked by Phillips. Fernandes with a shot. That's blocked by the left foot of Phillips. And Liverpool are able to bring it away, and Fernandes has gone down and stayed down, and he's got an arm in the air saying that he needs some treatment. And Liverpool coming forward. Manchester United without the injured Fernandes, who's still on the ground. Pogba swings a leg at Jota, concedes a free kick just so that Fernandes can get back into the game.
Yeah, Fernandes is still down, and physio is going on now. But Pogba there getting the opportunity to one-on-one with Alexander-Arnold. I just think, I don't know, the balance of Man United doesn't look right for me. I know that you would say, well, they've got a centre forward in Cavani. I understand. Yeah, it looks on paper is a good balance, but it's not happening. And I don't think they're getting the most out of Rashford. And I always say, when he's playing on the right, he doesn't look the same player.
Yeah, prefers it on the left.
I don't know why he can't say to Paul Pogba, come and play on the right hand side, because Paul Pogba's not a player who's going to. He's not explosive. He's not going to run at you, dribble. He's a great passer of the ball, and his awareness is good. So if he played right hand side, I don't think that would affect the balance of the side. So you'd get more from Marcus Rashford on that left hand side.
I think Fernandes actually injured himself. He was looking to shoot, and he kicked Thiago, who came in. But he's okay. Bruno Fernandes, such an important player for Manchester United, obviously, and he's walking comfortably off the field on the far side. And Liverpool, as a result, have this free kick and a chance from a set piece, perhaps, to get in front before half-time. So Alexander-Arnold is there, and it is Alexander-Arnold's delivery to the back post. Firmino with a header, it's in! Into the top left corner, arriving at the back post. And Liverpool do get their goal to go in front just before half-time here at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Liverpool 2.
Well, great delivery, Alexander-Arnold. I just said how good he is at set pieces. Delivery's fantastic, puts it into the right area. But you've got to look, I think Paul Pogba's marking him at the far post. I mean, Paul Pogba's 6'4". How big's Firmino? The ball's good, he lets him go, he falls over Paul Pogba, and give Firmino credit, he keeps his eye on the ball and he punches it to the target. Dean Henderson got no chance, but that is very poor defending from a big, tall Manchester United defensive line from that set piece. That should not happen. Paul Pogba really has got to put his hand up there.
Yeah, Pogba ends up on the ground. The ball ends up in the net. We can see the white flashing teeth of Roberto Firmino, who's just scored his first goal since January, only his 7th of the season. And Liverpool, who will feel really that they had to win this game to really mount a challenge towards the end of the season to finish in the Champions League places. They're doing just that. 2-1 and only a few seconds of the first half to go. And Manchester United in this congested week facing the prospect of 2 home defeats at Old Trafford in the space of 3 days. United playing it forward for Wan-Bissaka down the right. Robertson puts the ball out of play. Throw-in taken. Bruno Fernandes, referee Taylor must be going to have a look at his watch. He is. He's got the whistle in his mouth. There it is, the half-time whistle. And Roberto Firmino's goal right deep into added time means that it is Manchester United 1, Liverpool 2 at the break after Bruno Fernandes' goal, which went in off Phillips, gave United the lead. But Jota and Firmino's goals, Liverpool are in front, Chris.
Yeah, thoroughly deserve it in my eyes. Man United came out the blocks quick. Got a deserved lead, but since then Liverpool have dominated this game. Could have added to the total. Man United, all 6 and 7s, they're all over the shop at the minute. He needs to get them balanced, he needs to get up the tempo, he needs them to basically do what they're good at. Look after the ball better, win second balls and up the tempo. If they don't up the tempo, this could end up 4-5.
So there we are, Manchester United 1, Liverpool 2 at half time here. Thank you, Kelly. Jack Charlton ever chase you out of the dressing room with a broom?
He chases with a few things. I can't remember if it was a broom. A fishing rod, maybe.
What a catch. So, Manchester United 1, Liverpool 2. No changes at half-time. United with Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Bailly and Shaw, McTominay and Fred, Bruno Fernandes, Pogba, Rashford and Cavani. And Liverpool with Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Phillips, Reece-Williams and Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago and Wijnaldum, Salah, Firmino and Jota. And if you have just switched on, it is 5 Live final score night this evening, so you can listen to the commentary and watch and follow all of the graphics, etc. on the iPlayer and the BBC Sport website and app. Second half underway. Skies darkening above, but still plenty of daylight left, and Liverpool, who are looking to really push up towards the top 4 with a win here, and that's what they're doing at the moment. 2-1 up, ball played through into the penalty area though, and Henderson's able to come forward and pick that up. So if there's no improvement then, Chris, you're thinking he's got to make a change. And who are you thinking in terms of Fred's giving it away carelessly to Alexander-Arnold, who's into the box. Alexander-Arnold's ball across, that's intercepted by a stretching right leg of Victor Lindelof. Otherwise, Manchester United could have been in big trouble, and in fact they've given it away again. Alexander-Arnold shoots forward, save from Henderson, but it's turned in by Firmino on the edge of the 6-yard box, and that's a 3-1 lead for Liverpool, and a high-kicking Roberto Firmino dances away in celebration. He's got 2 tonight, and Liverpool now are looking at victory here at Old Trafford.
Wow, I mean, what a start. Sloppy play at the back, Fred gives it away. I don't know what's happened with Man United. You know, they've had the day off, most of this team. They missed Tuesday's game with Leicester. They should be fresh, they should be ready to go. Then Fred gets it, they clear the lanes, then Luke Shaw tries to run away with the ball, gives it away again in a dangerous area. Alexander-Arnold just pulls the trigger on the right hand side. Dean Henderson could do better for me. He's pushed it right in the path of Jota, who basically, again, and he's there to finish with his right foot. I'm sorry, Firmino, and it's 3-1. I mean, Man United have been so poor tonight. So poor.
So 3-1 it is. And Liverpool have now got Manchester United just where they wanted them, and probably where they deserve to have them as well. Alexander-Arnold, who's really impressed tonight. Gareth Southgate is here watching. Firmino, who's on a hat-trick now. Back to Alexander-Arnold. And then to Salah on the right-hand side. Strange sort of reaction and celebration by Firmino, wasn't it? He sort of did a double kung fu kick towards Alexander-Arnold, who was standing on the right-hand side. Henderson initially saving from Alexander-Arnold. I mean, the shot was straight at him, at force, and then Liverpool with a free kick on the halfway line. And a yellow card for Bailly for that foul. I think they just caught the ankle, and
Fred, is it? No,
I think it was Dye.
Yes, well, look, I think the camera went on Fred because of the pass which started the goal.
Yeah,
the third goal.
Jota it is who's been caught. Was he just caught on the side of his ankle?
Oh,
he stepped on his left foot.
Yeah, he stepped on
it.
Yeah.
So that's the first yellow card of the match. Latest scores in the Spanish league. Real Madrid have taken the lead at Granada. Luka Modric has scored that one. Real Madrid really have to win tonight to stay in touch. And it is RB Leipzig 1, Borussia Dortmund 3 in the German Cup final. Dani Olmo scoring for Leipzig. But it's in Atletico Madrid's hands, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, Barcelona had the opportunity to go above them twice now and not done it.
And Diogo Jota here, and it can be nasty, as we know, when you get your foot stood on like that, but he's walking off the field on the far side. And Jurgen Klopp will be certainly pleased to see that and satisfied at this scoreline of Manchester United 1, Liverpool 3. Firmino scoring in the second minute of the first half, having scored in the third minute of added time at the end of the first. And Harry Maguire, we've just seen a shot of him just looking down to my left to see where he's sitting. There he is. I can spot him because of his crutches. He's just got the crutches leaning up against the chair.
They're missing him. Listen, a lot of people start talking about Harry Maguire, but they miss him this side. I'll tell you now. He's an influence on our back four. He organises. He talks. He gets on the ball. He does well for Man United in that position. They're missing him tonight.
Firmino then to Jota back and firing, no ill effect, challenged by Bruno Fernandes, who comes out with the ball. Firmino playing the ball towards the left hand side, and Liverpool lose possession. Robertson knows straight into the challenge. I mean, the attitude from Liverpool tonight is spot on, and it had to be in the position that they're in, struggling to finish in the top four, and the prospect of Liverpool without Champions League football next season, it's all too obvious, isn't it? They know.
Oh yeah, John, listen, they know what's in store and whatever, but they've went about their job brilliant. And listen, if Man United would turn this round and win, you would still say Liverpool's played well tonight. You cannot fault their effort, their organisation, everything about them. Look at them, they're pressing, still pressing.
United are in danger of losing it again on the edge of the box. McTominay, in fact, has given it away, gets another chance, plays it into Wijnaldum, and the referee, Anthony Taylor, says it struck the arm of Wijnaldum, so it's a free kick to Manchester United. But certainly as well, Leicester and Chelsea, the cup finalists, will be watching this tonight, and they will know that Liverpool are coming for that place in the top four, and that looks like it could be a pivotal match on Tuesday night at Stamford Bridge, 3 days after the cup final, when Chelsea and Leicester play each other in the Premier League. And I would imagine that Liverpool will, I guess, be hoping that finishes as a draw, and that they can finish by winning all of their last four matches, 3 after this, and they're 3-1 up here and good value for it. And what about those changes then for Manchester United, Chris?
Well, you've got to look at obviously he played the other night, Greenwood, haven't you? But you've got to look at Greenwood and
ball played forward. It's a long one for Rashford, but Robertson did his job, and the ball is with Alisson.
There's quite a few Man United players you could take off on performance tonight, John. I don't think anyone would argue if he made 3 substitutions. I don't think many players on that field could say, "Can't believe you've took me off." I mean, some would say that, but I couldn't. It's been nobody for me, Man United tonight. It's not stuck out.
That's Chris Waddle, 62 caps for England, World Cup, Euros player, and we're watching 2 teams full of players who will be involved in the Euros this summer. Chris will be involved with us, of course. We'll bring you all of the matches on 5 Live and Sports Extra. We've got all of the big matches as well coming up between now and the end of the season. And tomorrow night, the new champions, Manchester City, you'll hear commentary from St James's Park with Vicky Sparks and Neil Lennon this time tomorrow. Shaw in danger of losing it on the edge of his own penalty area. Firmino in, Salah was there as well, but the touch from Firmino actually took it away and beyond and through for a goal kick. So yes, join us for the FA Cup final on Saturday afternoon, 5:15 kick-off. I was listening to the Match of the Day Top 10 podcast this afternoon, which this week is the Top 10 Cup finals, largely because I was curious to find out. I mentioned it the other night to wonder if the Matthews final would have been involved in it, as Liverpool tried to come forward through the middle. Jota takes it on in between McTominay and Wan-Bissaka. Bailly then plays it back at pace to Henderson, who whacks it away, just puts his foot through it. Manchester United can barely get out of their own defensive third. Liverpool are going for that fourth goal that Chris Waddle was talking about, them maybe perhaps should have scored it in the first half. Here's Thiago, Fabinho now to the left hand side, Thiago behind him, then back to the left hand side again for Liverpool, but McTominay is able to step in as it was cut back by Jota. Cavani goes down very easily, and it's a free kick to Liverpool halfway inside their own half. Disappointing that the Matthews final wasn't included in the top 10, but there was a good reason for that, because it was Gary Lineker, Alan Shearer and Micah Richards who were basing their choice on the 10 cup finals, or on the cup finals that they were involved in, so they didn't go back too far. So there was no Ricky Villa, Chris. No Ian Porterfield.
No.
Porterfield.
Yeah.
Lindelof playing the ball back to Henderson, who clears it from outside the edge of his 6-yard box, and then Bruno Fernandes, he gets it down. Bruno Fernandes carrying it out towards the left hand side, but Manchester United have barely posed Liverpool a threat in the second half, and then Pogba wins a free kick. Thiago came in, and referee Taylor says the ball was roller when Pogba took it, so he's going to make them bring it back and take it again forward and left of the centre circle.
Well, look at Man United subs warming up. There's only Greenwood who's warming up, who looks like he's going to be coming on the next 5 or 10 minutes. But look at Man United, just giving the ball away so cheap. Give Liverpool credit, they're working their socks off. They're pressing Man United everywhere, making them make mistakes. But this is not the Man United side we've seen this season.
No, Manchester United already secure their place in the top 4, obviously, and got the European final in a couple of weeks' time. But that's not an excuse, and how much of an excuse is it the congested schedule, the fact that they were in Rome last Thursday night, Villa Park on Sunday, here against Leicester with the 10 changes back tonight. Bruno Fernandes swinging a high one through the middle. Alisson comes and heads it on the edge of his own box. Thought he could have stepped back into his box and caught it, but the offside flag actually was up against Rashford, and it's a free kick to Liverpool in front of their own penalty area with still over half an hour to play.
Well, I'm just waiting for Man United to put a few passes together and start getting the game going, because as I say, apart from the 10 minutes at the beginning of this game, it's all been Liverpool, and Liverpool have been excellent tonight.
They have, and actually they've stepped it up even more in the second half when they scored that goal through Firmino. So 2 goals for him tonight, 8 for the season now, having not scored since January. And Eric Bailly turning and giving the ball back to goalkeeper Henderson, who will lift a pass out here towards Shaw, but Alexander-Arnold was onto that and actually stretched for it, missed it, it hit Shaw and bounced out for a throw-in to Liverpool. And the way the match is going, you would have to say there are more goals here for Liverpool if they're able to take their chances. Salah not on the score sheet yet. Alexander-Arnold standing 15 yards inside the Manchester United half as they attack towards the east stand. I think everything has gone quiet now outside the stadium after the latest demonstration earlier this evening, and next week on Tuesday night there will be supporters back inside Old Trafford, all being well. Certainly that's the intention for the last couple of games of the season. So they'll be back in here for the last home match of the season. So that'll be interesting to gauge the temperature when Fulham, already relegated Fulham, come here. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes playing it from inside his own half. Rashford challenged by Reece Williams. He did catch him. Rashford's gone down, and that's a free kick. And Bruno Fernandes is...
Yeah, he's unlucky there, Reece Williams, isn't he? He's just a little bit late. It is a foul. Could have been a yellow. It's not. Rashford, I'm sure, is okay. He's took him down. But, you know, Liverpool have just rushed Man United into so many errors, and they just cannot get any rhythm going at all, Manchester United.
No, they can't. Manchester United, who I think it's been underplayed, the fact that they could go through this season unbeaten away from home in the league. It's Alexander-Arnold plays it back towards Alisson, who controls it and hits it long downfield. No messing about this time to Salah, who hooks the ball infield. Lindelof turns it back to goalkeeper Henderson, who has the ball on the ground and chips it out towards the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka immediately put under pressure. Liverpool have made this really uncomfortable for Manchester United, and then Bruno Fernandes, a little fortunate perhaps, was fouled by Robertson, and Manchester United have the free kick. Yeah, Liverpool, Manchester United, their last couple of away games, their last away game is at Wolves. So if they given away by Fred, and then Alexander-Arnold just plays it forward for Salah. Now here's Firmino. Jota left side of the area, left foot shot, he hits the post from the angle, and it bounces straight back past him, and it's just kept in on the far side by Wijnaldum. Could easily have been a fourth there for Liverpool. In fact, I thought it was almost certain to be one.
Should have scored. Well, it's easy saying he should have scored. He's hit the target and budges the post, but Fred again, little bit of pressure, simply gives the ball away. Liverpool, 3 or 4 players very quick on the counter-attack, straight at Man United, and Jota really, he'd be disappointed he hasn't scored.
Yep, really rattled the left post as he looked at it, and Manchester United careless again. I mean, that's been now ball is played out by Lindelof past Shaw, who stretches a leg, gets a touch to it, but bounces out of play. It's wretched really from Manchester United.
I don't think they'll get a day off tomorrow. I mean, the amount of passes they give away, and Liverpool, give them credit, work ever so hard. This is Liverpool of last season and the season before. This is how they used to get so many results, pressing teams, the movement. Obviously we know they've got quality in possession, but tonight they've worked their socks up. We worry about the 2 centre-halves for Liverpool. They've never been asked anything apart from the first 10 minutes. They've never been under pressure. They've had no question. They've strolled this game, by the way.
They could. Cavani has had a very quiet night. He could be ballet dancing up there. He could be doing the samba. He could be doing anything, as he was indeed recommended to do by his partner Jocelyn, who is a samba dancer, and that's why he uses ballet dancing as part of his routine. As we learnt on Drive today with Tony and Anna, which was today's fact of the day. And if I hadn't mentioned that this evening during the course of the game, I was in danger of not making it through to the final next week against Alistair Bruce-Ball, so I had to get it in, having won the playoff this afternoon against Ian Dennis, who I'm sure will be absolutely spitting. Manchester United,
I think he's blocked your mobile number as well.
Manchester United winning a free kick on the left-hand side. Liverpool are winning 3-1. Shaw and Fernandes. Shaw's going to curl it in towards the back post. It's headed away, up and away by Reece Williams. Pogba is dispossessed over there on the far side by Jota, and Jota plays it through the middle for Salah. A little flick back behind him by Salah to Firmino, who tried to give it back to Salah, and Wan-Bissaka was in place. Oh, he's given it away, and Salah now will play it through towards the left-hand side, and Alexander-Arnold with a shot from the ankle on the left-hand side, which is saved by Henderson, and Manchester United are rather fortunate yet again to survive and not concede a fourth.
Well, Greenwood's coming on. I don't know who fortune to pick, but you've got to say Liverpool, they'll go. Listen, if it stays at 3, they'll be so disappointed. They're late with the points, but so disappointed they've not won 5 or 6 here, by the way.
Alexander-Arnold popping up the right back on the left-hand side of the penalty area, and the shot was on target, and it needed a smart save by Henderson, who went down to his left, and Greenwood's ready to come on. I feel like it needs more than just one man, one teenager, to change things for Manchester United. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he said at Villa Park the other evening when he was talking to us, here's Thiago outside the penalty area. Robertson gets it under control, left-footed ball, that's over the top of everyone inside the box and bounces through for a goal kick.
Who's it going to be?
Who do you think? Oh, too slow. That's not like you, Chris.
I was going to say Fred.
I thought you were.
After he's given the ball away 6 times in a row, but I mean, it was a clue in it, wasn't it?
Yeah, as Derek Thompson might have said, I thought you were. So Fred is off and Greenwood is on. to take up the position on the right-hand side, so we're going to have Rashford on the left, which I'm sure he's been yearning to get over here, but how much of a difference that is going to make. I mean, it's got to be transformational, really. This Manchester United performance, Liverpool have been streets ahead. The better team in the first half, but by a distance in the second half. Goal kick for Manchester United, and we've got just over 25 minutes to play. 3-1, but it could be significantly more. No goals earlier at Villa Park, the 0-0 draw, and all of the highlights on Match of the Day tonight. Mark Chapman with Match of the Day late in the evening. We'll have all of the reaction on the 5 Live Football Daily podcast on BBC Sounds in the morning. That's where you'll be able to find that Match of the Day Top 10 podcast that I mentioned earlier. The Euro Leagues as well, which is normally on a Thursday night, which we heard a little bit about at half time. We've got a really interesting item on Yannick Carrasco as well during that, so listen out for that. And also Sir Alex Ferguson, that interview that I mentioned, will be on tomorrow's Football Daily, or on tonight's Football Daily, as well as reaction to this match. Bruno Fernandes, it was caught by Fabinho, and he's absolutely screaming there. You might have been able to hear it. Ball to the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, but Phillips comes across and Liverpool play it out. And Borussia Dortmund now 4-1 up. They've re-established their 3-goal lead against Leipzig, and Haaland has scored his second goal of the final.
I'm just looking at Bruno Fernandes there. I mean, screaming. I thought, wow, and the referee said play on, and he's cut up and just walked off. Look, he's got the ball now.
I thought it was the Eurovision Song Contest for a minute.
Man, he's sounded better than most of them.
You got to mention on Popmaster, by the way, on Radio 2. There's another mention on Popmaster. Yes, it was that you and Glenn were featured in yet another question. Ball in towards the near post, which was headed up and away by Reece Williams behind for another corner to Manchester United, who finally have come into the second half.
Well, it's been so easy. I mean, it's that strange of a game now, John. If they can get something from this, 3-2 all of a sudden, they're back in it, right back in it.
Shaw to take the corner. Now, the referee's blown his whistle. What's this about? Bruno Fernandes has been spoken to.
He's not happy having to go to the linesman as he's on his way back. And also he didn't like the way he screamed.
Yeah. So it is a corner for Manchester United that Shaw is going to take, and that's headed away comfortably by Wijnaldum. And Manchester United back in their own half. Maybe Anthony Taylor was saying to Bruno Fernandes, nul point. As here is Bruno Fernandes, who then right-footed strikes the ball downfield. Here's Greenwood into the game for the first time, slipping the ball through to Cavani inside the penalty area on the right-hand side, and then across comes the covering challenge to put it out of play. Robertson for a throw-in. Mane is going to come on for Jota next, and Curtis Jones for Firmino. So the Liverpool goal scorers are going to be substituted next time the ball is out of play. Well, not now anyway, because it's a Manchester United corner, and Shaw is going to take this left-footed. 3-1 the Liverpool lead. Shaw in towards McTominay, but it's just over the top of him. Liverpool could clear. Salah pulls the ball down with his left foot on the edge of his own penalty area, and then sets off on a run up to the halfway line. Jota takes it over, and now Thiago as well. Manchester United red shirts back in position. Jota's continued his run past Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka goes down, stretches, does well actually. Good challenge from Wan-Bissaka, and Manchester United are able to play it away from the back. Normally in this second half, when they've done this, they've given it away. Pogba with the ball inside his own box, lifts it out towards Shaw. As you say, Chris, even though Liverpool have dominated it, were Manchester United able to snatch another goal, then different ball game. Cavani playing it through to Rashford. Rashford shoots past Alisson, and it rolls in off the foot of the post, and Manchester United have scored a second goal. I'm not sure they deserve it, but they've got it, and it's Manchester United 2, Liverpool 3 now.
Well, that's amazing, John. You actually talked ahead before it even went near the goal. You were actually commentating that they were going to score on the build-up. It's interesting. Fernandes lets it run. I don't know if he meant it. It was a good dummy if he did. Lovely way to pass by Cavani. Good touch, first touch by Rashford. Bit of a scuff on the finish, I've got to say, his left foot. He's not connected with it as well as he wanted, but he's not cared. In off the post, bottom corner. Now, Man United, who've been so poor tonight, have got an opportunity here to get back into this game. Big style.
Defender came in there. Alisson was coming out. As Chris said, it was sort of scuffed, wasn't it? He shooting across the ball, just got enough on it, just a touch on it to send it rolling in from round about 12 yards is where he struck the shot, running through. So Marcus Rashford scoring his 21st goal of the season for Manchester United in front of Gareth Southgate. It's his first goal in 8 appearances. He's not really been quite himself, has he, in recent times? I know he's been coping with this shoulder problem that he's got, as Alexander-Arnold is allowed to carry the ball forward past Pogba and then shoots, and it flies away over the top of the crossbar, probably by only a foot or so from the edge of the area.
I've got to say, terrific run by Alexander-Arnold, and look, I mean, he goes through the Man United players, just sort of let him go. It's like going, you can Pogba, no challenge, just go on, just run it our back four, not a problem. He'll be disappointed with the effort, obviously high and wide, but he's had a good game tonight, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Very good, very good. And whether he knew Gareth Southgate was here or not, I mean, listen, for a Liverpool player to play against Manchester United is incentive enough, but Gareth Southgate cannot fail to have been impressed with the way that he's played.
No, he's played very well. Good Greenwood there, showing what Man United should have been doing a lot more of, chasing lost causes. Look, he pressed Alisson under pressure and he just kicks it out of play. It's a throw into Man United.
Well, we got our direct line from our Premier League app. We haven't seen those 2 Liverpool changes yet, and now we're hearing that it is going to be Wijnaldum who'll make way, not Firmino. Mane is coming on. Here's Shaw down the left-hand side, pulls the ball across. Cavani's after it, does well. Bruno Fernandes is in, then at the back post, Greenwood, that's blocked, comes back to Greenwood, whose shot is deflected wide in the 6-yard area, and now it's Liverpool's goal that's leading a charmed life. Corner.
Unbelievable, wasn't it? Cavani keeps it alive. Greenwood, you fancy him to score. He is a goal scorer, this lad, and you know, it's a great clearance off the line. Cavani keeps it alive. Fernandes has a shot, Greenwood brings it with his right foot, then his left foot, he goes away for a corner, but Man United are coming back into this game.
3-2 the score. Corner to Manchester United. Shaw delivers it in. Oh, McTominay not far away from that. An important header from Firmino. Then it back into the 6-yard box, rattles around, and someone in mint green for Liverpool gets a foot to it and clears it in amongst a whole crowd of players. And then Thiago hits one downfield. Jota was being leaned on by Wan-Bissaka. No foul, no free kick, no foul, says referee Taylor. Pogba then. This is quite a game now. United with it on the right-hand side. Greenwood. Here's Rashford. Rashford dipping ball in. Bruno Fernandes with a header. Couldn't direct it on target, and Cavani can't reach that. He'll need Jocelyn and Samba to catch that one, and it's out of play for a throw-in.
Well, they're starting to ask questions, Man United. We've waited a long time to say this, and you know, they're back in it 3-2. They just need now, you know, keep this pressure up, and they've got a chance of getting an equaliser.
I thought that was going to be another change of possible substitute, but it's not. It's a full-time score in the German Cup final, the DFB Pokal. Borussia Dortmund have won it by 4-1 against RB Leipzig. So Borussia Dortmund lifting the trophy. Real Madrid still winning 1-0 against Granada. And here's Greenwood, 25 yards out, shoots, hits the back possibly of his own man, McTominay, who's with Reece Williams. And Liverpool now can't get it away. And was that a foul by Wan-Bissaka? No, it's a corner. It's come off the Liverpool defender, and it's behind.
Oh, and what a game of football, isn't it? Football. Yeah. You would think Liverpool were cruising. And now all of a sudden it's 3-2 with 20 minutes to go. And Man United looked the team was going to score next.
Yeah, cruising on a sunny afternoon. But Manchester United now searching for that equaliser. Shaw, high corner to the back post. It's headed down by Lindelof, but just bounces through to Alisson, who's able to come and pick it up. Well, it is going to be Mane and Jones who are going to come on eventually. And it's going to be Jota and Wijnaldum, I think. Here's Salado, left side of the area, shooting wide from the angle, and behind. It's a goal kick. So here we come. It is Wijnaldum. He's the first one to come off. So the captain's armband will be going to someone else. He's got it in his hand. I think they'll give it to Fabinho, will he? No? And he's walking over here towards this side of the field. This is an interesting one now, Chris, the way Manchester United have come back into this, and the win is so important for Liverpool. So Jurgen Klopp making this change now. Curtis Jones coming on into the midfield for Wijnaldum, and it is Jota who will also leave the field. So Firmino stays on for the time being. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 3, and Sadio Mane left out of the starting lineup tonight, having scored in the last away match against Leeds, the 1-1 draw, scored against Southampton last weekend. Real Madrid have taken a 2-0 lead against Granada, Rodrigo scoring late in the first half, so Granada 0, Real Madrid 2. Tomorrow night on 5 Live, Neil Lennon will be alongside Vicky Sparks at St James's Park. Newcastle against the new champions, Manchester City, the old champions, the outgoing champions, Liverpool, still in, certainly with a sniff of finishing in the Champions League places. Here is Wan-Bissaka though, Manchester United pouring forward again, the red shirts towards the Stratford end. Wan-Bissaka loses out, and Fabinho is able to play it forward. So who did get the captain's armband then for Liverpool? Salah playing it forward to Mane, newly arrived in the game. Sadio Mane goes for an early ball which comes off Bailly, but that took all the pace off as it bounced through to Henderson. Pogba inside his own half, and just to find the pass towards the right hand side. Greenwood trying to find a way into the Liverpool half. Bruno Fernandes wins it back in the centre circle. Suddenly now the game has changed, Chris.
Remarkable, it has. Man United's up the tempo. It's a
Alexander-Arnold hitting the ball through for Sadio Mane. Henderson comes out and gets a touch. Whether Mane was onside,
well, the flag didn't go up, and it was a good first touch, but give Henderson credit, he was alert, he was off his lane, he just did enough.
Well, the flag did not go up, so it was a tight one.
Yeah, it was,
but he was potentially through. It was a nice first touch as well, but Henderson did well. Another one operating in front of the England manager. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 3, 15 minutes to go. Lots of top sport on 5 Live this coming weekend, and the centrepiece of it all is the FA Cup final, Chelsea against Leicester, which I think is a really interesting one. Shaw plays the ball down the left hand side. Rashford races onto this. Rashford into the penalty area, but shoots from the angle into the side netting, and in the middle Cavani is saying, any chance?
I thought he did everything right until he got the shot. It's a hard angle. If you're going to shoot like there, you've got to go across the far post and put a bit of bend on it with inside your right foot. He's gone for power. I know he's slipped. His left foot gives way slightly, which probably drags the shot into the side net. Does everything right, but you've got to aim for that far post. And Cavani's saying, why didn't you pull it back to us? To be fair, that was never on.
He just, you're right, Chris, his left foot just gave way. I don't know whether he slipped. And Cavani, Rashford stayed down looking at the ground, and Cavani was muttering away at him. And Rashford got up, didn't look at Cavani. He knew exactly what Cavani was saying. So it is still 3-2 to Liverpool. Liverpool, who've not won at Old Trafford against Manchester United since 2014. Here's Fernandes slipping the ball through to Cavani on the edge of the box. Cavani out to Rashford. Rashford has a look, then plays it square. Bruno Fernandes shoots, hits a Liverpool man on the edge of the box, appeals for handball.
Got it.
Yeah, free kick on the edge of the D.
Well, hits it. Thiago turns his back, doesn't he? And that's why he sticks his arms up to the side, hits his arm. He doesn't really know a lot about it, but this is a great position for Man United, just outside the D, middle of the goal. What a position this is.
Yeah, it is. So Rashford is there or thereabouts. Bruno Fernandes, remember he scored a free kick against Liverpool here in the FA Cup. At the other end, at this end, to our right.
I'm sure he'll take this, Fernandes.
He
can go either side, wherever the goalie's going to start. The goalie is thinking, will he go over the wall? Will he go where I'm standing? They're that good, and the goalkeeper now will be thinking, I've just got to protect one side of this goal here. But they are good enough to get it up and over that wall.
So Alisson is lining up his wall. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Liverpool players in it. Pogba is standing behind it, and McTominay, as Fernandes looks at this, is standing to the right and in front of it. Rashford's lining this up, but I'm with you, Chris. It seems certain it's going to be Bruno Fernandes. So it's 3-2 to Liverpool in front of the Stretford end, behind closed doors. This Manchester United free kick. One Liverpool man has lain down behind the wall. Bruno Fernandes with the free kick. It's just over the wall, but over the top left corner as well. Just didn't get the dip on it at all, and it's behind, and it's a goal kick.
No, he's trying to put a bit of pace with trying to get it to dip, which is very hard to do. Maybe looking at it, John, Rashford may have been a better option because of the power he strikes with it. You know, it's middle of the goal. All he's got to do is hit the target. The goalie might spill it. You've got to tap in for a rebound. So maybe looking at it, Rashford should have said, but I think Fernandes has got the say on who's taking them.
Yep, and Fernandes would certainly fancy it in the form that he is in. But Manchester United 2, Liverpool 3 remains the score. United were 1-0 up in the first half. Bruno Fernandes shot that went in off Phillips. Liverpool equalising through a lovely flicked goal from Jota. Free kick from McTominay's challenge on Fabinho.
It's hard. I mean, we've got the benefit of a monitor, replay in front of him. I've got to say, I don't see anything in that really. Getting the benefit again. Yeah, I can't see it now. Yeah. You get the replay. Yeah, his foot is high.
Caught him on the side of the shin.
Yeah, it's a yellow. I don't know why he's over him.
So Manchester United 2, Liverpool 3, and Liverpool with it on the left-hand side. Ball into the penalty area. Mane, well, I thought he was caught there by McTominay, I must say. He was chasing the ball inside the box. McTominay just sort of leaning forward, caught him as he fell into the area. But no free kick. Liverpool still with it. Fabinho goes down. That's a little nudge. It's a free kick to Liverpool on the left-hand side. Yes, so Liverpool equalising through Jota in the first half. Flicked in the shot from Phillips. Then went ahead with a header from Firmino right at the end of the first half, when Firmino headed in from the Alexander-Arnold free kick. Second half, Firmino scored early in the second half to put Liverpool 3-1 up. Liverpool all over Manchester United, but now it's 3-2 after Rashford scored for Manchester United in their mini comeback in the game. Free kick is taken into the penalty area, but Manchester United are able to clear it away. It's given away a really important challenge from Bruno Fernandes to get a touch, and Manchester United clear. We have 10 minutes to go. Don Hutchison, by the way, will be joining us for the last part of 5 Live Sport again after he was with us for the first hour. It will be very interesting to hear what Don's got to say about this. He'll definitely take a view on the Manchester United performance, I'm certain. Ball's out of play for Manchester United with a throw-in on the right. And Michael Carrick currently standing on the edge of the coaching area, watching Alexander-Arnold prepared to take this throw for Liverpool, inching further and further forward, and then takes the throw into the box. Salah is able to get to it. Tight on him is Lindelof. Greenwood plays it back to Henderson, who had Salah herring at him, and the Manchester United goalkeeper was able to get it away comfortably to the halfway line. Here's Greenwood with it on the right, but Robertson gets there first, and Manchester United with Bailly in his own right back area, passes it forward towards Wan-Bissaka, just slips the ball forward for McTominay, who turns it out of play via a deflection.
Tempo Man United were playing at for the last 15 minutes seems to have just cooled down again, hasn't it? Liverpool seem to be back in the game, back in control, dictating the pace of the game. Man United has got up the tempo again. Rashford playing it forward towards Bruno Fernandes, and then Phillips in with a challenge, which takes it out of play. Bruno Fernandes goes down. He played it, Phillips, out of play off Bruno Fernandes, so it's a throw in to Liverpool down near the tunnel in that corner of Old Trafford. Temperature's just dipping, I think, Chris. It feels a little bit colder, so it is, doesn't it? It is, yes.
Here's McTominay in the centre circle, and Mane leans into him. That's a free kick to Manchester United. 8 minutes to go. What would be such an important win for Liverpool, and would make it look very different, actually, the table. In terms of those top 4 places, this would take Liverpool to 60 points, so they'd go above West Ham, and Liverpool would be 4 points behind Chelsea. and they would still have a game in hand on Chelsea as well. Lindelof is being warned that Firmino and Mane are very close to him, so he turns, gives it to McTominay. McTominay's angled high ball. Alexander-Arnold gets his head to it, and enough on that to head it back to goalkeeper Alisson, who allows it to bounce up into his gloves and underarm it out.
They've seemed to weather the storm, Liverpool. Man United, had a couple of chances when they got back to 3-2, and you thought there's an equaliser on the other way they're playing, but saying that, Man United have sort of run out of ideas.
McTominay, ball through the middle for Rashford to chase, but Alexander-Arnold went across with his England colleague, and it bounced through to goalkeeper Alisson. A high overarm out towards Robertson on the left-hand side. Robertson back to Thiago. An important few weeks for Andy Robertson, leading Scotland to a major tournament. And we've just seen a picture of Sir Alex Ferguson, who is here tonight after giving all of his interviews today, speaking to Dan Rowan. You'll be able to hear it on it's on the news, I think, tonight as well, actually, the pictures of that interview, but a big chunk of it on the next 5 Live Football Daily podcast via BBC Sounds. McTominay playing the ball all the way back to Henderson. Manchester United getting Nemanja Matic ready to come on for their latest change, but I'm certain that Sir Alex will be hoping that Scotland can do great things. Scotland and England in the same group. Manchester United having to defend. Salah bringing the ball forward. Salah angles it to Firmino, and Firmino chips it goalwards, but Salah and Mane were in the middle. He went for goal.
He missed it, Johnny. He knew what he wanted to do. The ball just came away. He lifted his head. He just took his eye off the ball for a split second there, and that's what happens. He just came on the outside of his foot. It was always going over the crossbar and wide. He didn't mean that at all, but that's what happens.
Cavani slides in. The ball got away from him. He caught Thiago, and that's a yellow card for Cavani, who gets up, marches across to check and see that Thiago is okay, and then Alexander-Arnold's getting involved, and Cavani shoves him away, and Cavani is still chattering away to Thiago, who's on the ground.
Yeah, he is well away. I mean, it's like watching them gymnasts on the mats. I mean, how many rolls and turns and springs, and wow.
So Cavani less than impressed, you think, with that?
Well, who was impressed with that?
And he's wagging a finger, Cavani.
He's off. Matic's on.
So Matic coming on.
McTominay goes to centre half.
Okay, well, you did say, Chris, didn't you, when we were talking about the team for tonight, you did speculate about whether McTominay would perhaps play in central defence because of the fact that Bailly's seen so little football because of his injuries this season. Here's Wan-Bissaka swinging the ball across. Cavani chests it off. Might have been a handball in there, and Greenwood shot goalwards and it bounced wide by a yard or so, but I think it was a handball that's been given. I think it was.
Yep.
Yes. Just sort of leaned into it with his chest, Cavani. So free kick. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 3.
You've seen the replay, John. He's very unlucky, to be fair.
Yeah, it is a free kick. It's Alisson's putting the ball down in the D. So Liverpool next will be at West Brom, already relegated West Brom on Sunday. Then away to Burnley, who are safe now, as you'll know. And then at home to Crystal Palace, who Liverpool have already beaten 7-0 this season. Could well be, couldn't it, by the time we get to that final Sunday, that a win against Crystal Palace would get them into the Champions League.
Burnley's playing well at the minute, though.
They are.
So that's not a gimme, that one.
No. But they will fancy their chances.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
After winning here.
Yeah.
So McTominay in the centre circle. We'll try and bring you live interviews, by the way, on 5 Live between now and 10:30 too. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jurgen Klopp, as McTominay sends a long, high angled ball into the penalty area, but it flies away from both Fernandes and Rashford, who are closest for Manchester United. And it's through and behind for a goal kick with 2.5 minutes to go of the 90. And Liverpool, the tempo. It's been a strange game. It's been a very watchable game.
Yep.
Strange game.
Yep.
Swung one way. Well, swung Liverpool's way. Certainly in the first half. And then Liverpool really dominant in the early part of the second, and then suddenly the Greenwood substitution marked a big change in the game, and Manchester United then forced a rally, but Liverpool still leading. Bruno Fernandes playing it forward. Phillips tried to clear it, it came off his foot, and he got enough on it to send it back to Alisson. I'm not sure he was necessarily meaning it to go in that direction, but it went back to his own goalkeeper. And Manchester United have it again at the back with Lindelof. Lindelof plays it across and it comes off Salah and it goes out of play for a throw into Manchester United. Harry Maguire, just sitting down there. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said after the Leicester game that he was hopeful that Maguire might be fit for the Europa League final. So we'll see. It does seem to be asking a lot, doesn't it, with an ankle ligament injury to be fit.
Yes, it is. Massive.
For less than a fortnight.
And it's the hoping. Obviously, one players have treatments to get to heal quickly. Some do, some don't.
But you're saying tonight, Chris, that this Manchester United performance shows how much they need their captain.
Yeah, listen, he very rarely misses a game, and it showed tonight. Needed some way to get a hold of this team on the pitch, and nobody did that.
Lindelof to Shaw. Then back to Lindelof, but it's not over yet. Certainly Manchester United haven't given up getting something out of this. McTominay back to Matic, the newly arrived Matic, who goes through the middle, but Liverpool players there, and actually Liverpool win it back, and it's played forward by Jones, and Salah's running away now, and Salah's into the penalty area, 1-on-1, and Salah scores! And Liverpool have this one now! Liverpool celebrations inside Old Trafford. Salah scores his 30th goal of the season for Liverpool on his 200th appearance for the club, and it's Manchester United 2, Liverpool 4.
Well, you've got to say the best teams won tonight. It's simple as that. Man United have got no complaints. Again, they give the ball away so cheaply, and it's so easy for Mo Salah. I mean, Lindelof running down. Matic, where's he going with the ball? Loses it. One ball by Jones, is it down the middle? Salah's got the pace to run away from McTominay, and it's a cool finish. Henderson stuck on his 6-yard line, waiting for him to pass it in the corner. He does not disappoint, does he? Salah knew exactly what he was doing. Composed finish, side foot, game over.
Salah scored 2 goals in the FA Cup here in January, and this one here in the Premier League is the clincher, and that also draws him alongside Harry Kane in the Premier League high scoring stakes this season. So 21 Premier League goals each, but he's hit 30 for the season for Liverpool for only the second time. Remember his 44 that he scored in his first season, but that is 30 in all competitions for Salah. And as I say, to mark his 200th appearance for the club, that's not bad. And he just sped away with the ball, didn't he? And
there was nobody's going to catch him. McTominay had to go, but was never going to get near him. And I mean, what was Matic thinking about? He picks it up, goes into it. I don't know where he was looking, what he was doing, gives it away. All the team's out of place, and it was a simple ball down the middle, and Salah's off. You're not going to catch him, and that's it. Game over.
Composed finish as well, past Henderson. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 4, and Liverpool are about to win here for the first time for 7 years, and it will take them above West Ham in the table. So West Ham will drop down into 6th, Liverpool up to 5th. Salah, after scoring that goal, big smile on his face, and then he's enveloped by that massive black coat that's being worn by Jurgen Klopp. Slap on the back for him, and off he goes. He's got the goal that he wanted tonight, and he's quite perky, isn't he, as he gets a water bottle and has a chat with one or two. There's a big smile on his face. Any day that Liverpool are able to win at Old Trafford for Liverpool and all their supporters back on Merseyside and everywhere else, that's a very good day, and it's an important one for them as well. Shaw playing it forward. Phillips comes forward, chests it down, hoists a high ball downfield. Lindelof's underneath that. Firmino's all over him. Lindelof hasn't cleared, then slides in on the challenge as Nico Williams comes in for the challenge. Who's he come on for?
He come on with Salah.
Oh yeah.
So job done. Jurgen Klopp now will be looking to have a different game against West Brom, different team, different way of playing. They will ask the centre halves questions. But they will be looking at these fixtures and saying we can win, we can qualify.
McTominay, long ball downfield, but the game's gone now for Manchester United. 4-2 down.
Listen, I don't think they deserved anything to get it back to 3-2 for that spell they had, and they had a couple of half chances maybe, but you've got to say overall this game tonight, Liverpool have been the best side.
Be Manchester United's 6th home Premier League defeat of the season. As I say, one more match to go unbeaten away from home in the league this season, which has only been done in the English top flight by 2 other clubs.
It just shows you, John, they've done it away from home. They end up counter-attacking teams, and they're very good at it. When they're at home, teams say come and beat us, and they counteract them, and as we've seen on a couple of goals tonight how they've been caught out. And this is something they've got to look at for next season, to think how are we going to make this a dominant force. How do we become a strong team at home and win games and have a good home record, because at the minute they are geared up for away games, which you've just said never lost.
Well, from mid-season on, this has been a real disappointment, hasn't it, Liverpool, the defence of the Premier League title, but this will be a highlight, this performance, this result here at Old Trafford.
Take a lot of confidence from this performance. Yes,
Pogba hitting one through the middle. Rashford, lovely take from Rashford into the box, shapes his body and then rolls the shot wide of the far post. And that is it. That's the last chance of the match. Rashford couldn't narrow the deficit, and he walks towards the tunnel. Liverpool have won it by 4-2, and they're right there in the shake-up now to win a place in the top 4 at the end of this season. They've still got ground to make up yet, Liverpool. They're 4 points behind Chelsea in 4th place, but with a game in hand, and they could get to within 1 point of Chelsea on Sunday if they're able to win against West Brom at the Hawthorns, because Chelsea are involved in the FA Cup final this weekend, of course. But a really entertaining game. Manchester United 1-0 up through Fernandes. Liverpool then equalised through Jota. Firmino scored a couple of goals, 3-1 up Liverpool. Rashford got one back, 3-2, and then finally it was finished, Chris Waddle, by that Salah goal.
Yeah, we've got to say Liverpool best side, best team won, and Man United have been very, very poor for me. They've scored 2 goals. People look at the result and think, wow, what a game that must have been. For, I would say, 70 minutes, Liverpool dominated this football match and thoroughly deserved it. Man United cannot play like this if they want to win football matches.
So the players troop off towards the corner of Old Trafford with a final score here under the floodlights of Manchester United 2, Liverpool 4.